Hello, it's Alexa from KindWorks again, and this is the third video about refugees. We've spoken about who refugees are, that they are people who have had to leave their homelands and come seeking a new safe life in our country. We've spoken about the countries that they come from, the heritage, the history, the culture of their homelands. And refugees, when they come here, they come with incredible strength and determination and a need and a willingness to work hard. And they bring with them also the gifts and the talents, the values and the beauty of their culture. And these things are truly worthy of respect. Today, I'd like to speak to you about Syria, which is the purple circle, and Columbia, which is the green circle. Take a look at these images of Syria. If you'd like to, you can pause the video and just soak in all the details. Maybe you'll go back to the second video and pause the pictures there as well, so that you can really soak in all of the details and the ways in which these countries look interesting, look fascinating, and maybe look different from ours. So for Syria, the top left picture, you can see the inside of a very elaborate home. It's probably very, very old and very, very fancy. You can see the women's henna on their hands, which is maybe for a wedding or a celebration. You can see the women at the book market looking at all of those interesting books. You can see the dancers. Again, it's traditional folklore dancing. Syria, like so many countries of the world, have different peoples, different groups, different languages, different faiths, different geographical regions that all have their own interesting details and traditions. If you look up at the right-hand side, hopefully behind me, you can see a delicious spread of food. Like so many other countries of the world and our own, Syrian food is very unique and very, very delicious. At the bottom of the page, you see the sun setting on a beautiful city, the birds flying above it. Now, in Syria, like too many other areas of the world, there has been serious conflict and war. And that has required that so many people flee for their lives. And the country in parts has been truly devastated. You can see the pictures of the nice apartment buildings in the city with the nice trees and the good cars, and how through war, that place has been destroyed. You can see a beautiful, very ancient looking building on the bottom of the screen, which again also has been destroyed. And hopefully when the fighting can end, all the people who have had to leave their land and the people who still live there can rebuild their country. You can see the women in a refugee camp. These children, they might have lived in this refugee camp their whole lives. You can see the picture on the bottom of women carrying their children, carrying their belongings, the cars packed full. It's challenging for refugees to leave their homelands, to reach safety, to teach their children about their traditions and cultures. And it is a gift when refugees here are able to share their culture with others. Here is Colombia, South America. Starting on the left-hand side on the bottom, you can see a bright modern city. And in the front, you can see the older part of town. Again, that's several hundred years old. You can see the pictures of the women in their very, very bright, interesting, beautiful dress. And they're at the market and they have lots of fresh vegetables, fresh pastries, delicious food to share. In the center, you can see a picture of houses. Now, like in so many countries of the world, there are many different kinds of houses. There are different languages spoken. There are different groups of people. But this gives us a glimpse into the differences and the interesting, beautiful intricacies of Colombian cultures. You can see traditional dancing at the top, and then a delicious looking meal of fish. Again, Colombia, like so many places, has fighting and war and conflict, which has required that many, many people seek safety elsewhere. In the first video, we saw a picture of families in a boat crossing the sea, and those were Syrians. Colombia is in South America, and sometimes there are people that are so desperate for safety that they leave Colombia on foot and they walk all the way to the southern border of the United States to ask for help. And it is our hope and our prayer that every family who seeks safety in our country is able to come into our country and to participate and to share of their gifts and their talents. Thank you again for listening. I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow.